Thrive Tricks presents 6 toxic habits sabotaging your 2024. You won't believe number 5.
It's happening again. That familiar feeling of hope, that itch for a fresh start. 2024, a blank canvas, a promise whispered. But what if, underneath the pristine white, lurks a hidden enemy? An insidious foe, camouflaged as comfort, disguised as routine. Danger alert, 6 toxic habits, slithering beneath the surface, ready to sabotage your year before it even begins. Number 5 will shock you. You think you're helping yourself, but it's a slow poison draining your potential. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Tune in and expose the hidden villains lurking in your path. Learn to conquer them, one by one, and turn 2024 into your year of triumph, not your annual self-sabotage festival. Number 1. Playing it safe isn't a game changer. 20 years from now you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So, throw off the bowlines, sail away from safe harbor, and catch the trade winds in your sails. Explore, dream, discover. This quote of Mark Twain resonates because it captures the bittersweet pang of regret, that gnawing feeling of what-ifs could echo through the halls of your later years. But here's the truth, playing it safe isn't a game changer. Here's the reason why. Growth, fulfillment, and the stories etched into our bones lie beyond our comfort zone. It's in the untrodden paths, the whispered maybes, the exhilarating plunge into the unknown. Yes, risks come with uncertainties, but so do endless possibilities. So, ditch the safety net and chase the horizon. Learn a new language, climb that mountain, start that business, confess your feelings. Do not look back with a sigh of could have been, but with the swagger of I did it, the heart bursting with the vibrant tapestry of a life lived on the edge of daring. Remember, the greatest regrets are not the stumbles on the path, but the dreams left untouched on the shelf. Choose adventure, choose risk, choose a life so bold it whispers in the face of regret, not today. Number 2. Ditch the I can't conundrum. We've all fallen into the trap of self-proclaimed incompetence. Math? Me? Don't even get me started. But those declarations of doom are just mental roadblocks, not the final verdict. Sure, some things take more effort than others, but labeling yourself as bad at something shuts the door on potential. Instead, flip the script and embrace the growth mindset. Do you know? A 2020 study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology explored the power of mindset on skill acquisition. They found that trying different learning styles and approaching challenges with a yet attitude can significantly enhance the learning process, even in areas thought to require natural talent. So, keep going, don't pause. Try different learning styles, find mentors who spark your curiosity, and approach challenges with a yet instead of a never. Who knows, that I suck at math might become a triumphant I just aced that geometry test. Remember, talent is fluid, not fixed. It's built brick by brick, with effort, perseverance, and the delicious joy of proving our doubts wrong. So, ditch the self-inflicted labels and unleash your inner learner. It's gonna be an awesome ride. Number 3. Multitasking, a disaster recipe. You juggle emails, texts, and to-do lists like Olympic champions, convinced you are a master of productivity. But here's the truth, multitasking is the mental equivalent of juggling flaming chainsaws, exhilaratingly impressive, but ultimately a recipe for disaster. A 2017 study in the Journal of Experimental Psychology found that our brains simply aren't wired for simultaneous focus. Multitasking leads to context switching, which triggers a cognitive cost. Each time we jump between tasks, our brains take a mini vacation, slowing us down and increasing errors. The result? Shoddy work, missed deadlines, and a growing sense of overwhelm. So, ditch the juggling act and embrace your mindful focus. Dedicate your energy to one task at a time. Close unnecessary tabs, silence notifications, and treat each project like a dedicated dinner date, present, engaged, and giving your full attention. You'll be surprised at how much faster, sharper, and simply better your work becomes. Remember, quality trumps quantity every time, and your sanity will thank you for it. Number 4. Escape the comparison trap. You scroll through picture-perfect feeds, eyes glued to curated lives, and suddenly, a familiar monster awakens, comparisonitis. The insidious feeling that everyone else is winning, everyone else is better, everyone else has it all. But here's the fascinating fact: the average person spends only 12% of their lives feeling truly happy. So, the lives we obsess over? Mostly carefully crafted highlights, not the full story. Ditch the comparison trap, my friend. Turn the magnifying glass inward and focus on your own unique bloom. Celebrate your quirks, your passions, your journey, step by precious step. Remember, sunflowers don't compare themselves to roses, and orchids don't envy cherry blossoms. Each flower thrives in its own way, radiating its own beauty. So, water your roots with self-compassion, nourish your leaves with gratitude, and bloom into the magnificent version of you that the world needs to see. Number 5. Break free from the blame cage. Imagine this: you're stuck in a cage labeled victimhood, built from the bricks of blame and regret. You point fingers, hurl accusations, and whisper "it's not my fault" like a mantra. Sure, life throws curveballs, but staying locked in that cage, that's the real tragedy. Here's the truth: blaming others for your failures is like sipping salt water for thirst. It might feel momentarily satisfying, but it only leaves you parched and bitter. The key to a fulfilling life lies not in pointing fingers, but in holding the keys to your own cage. Remember, every misstep, every setback is an opportunity to learn, to grow, to rewrite your story. So, embrace the power of ownership. Take responsibility for your choices, acknowledge your mistakes as stepping stones, and unleash the inner architect who can rebuild that cage into a launch pad. Clearly, this isn't about blaming yourself, it's about empowering yourself. It's about realizing that even when the world throws lemons, you're the one holding the knife. Choose to make lemonade, not excuses. Break free from the woe is me and step into the wow, I can do this. So, ditch the victimhood mindset, my friend. It's time to unlock your cage, step into the sunlight, and become the author of your own masterpiece. You got this. Number 6. Dare beyond the what-ifs. Nelson Mandela once said, "The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall." Do you know this quote echoes a powerful truth? Yes. Our lives aren't defined by the stumbles, but by how we rise. Yet, so often, fear holds us hostage, whispering what if until our dreams shrivel into dust. We tiptoe through life, paralyzed by worst-case scenarios, mistaking caution for courage. But here's the secret: everything begins in the mind. Every daring adventure, every monumental achievement, every inch of growth starts with a spark of belief. So, what if you nurtured that spark instead of smothering it with fear? What if you embraced the yet instead of the never? Imagine a life where possibilities outnumber anxieties, where leaps of faith replace tiptoeing, where you chase dreams bigger than your doubts. That's the magic of conquering the fearful mindset. It's not about ignoring fears, but about learning to dance with them, to trust yourself even when the ground feels shaky. Remember, a pessimistic view of life is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Choose to paint your canvas with vibrant colors of optimism, fuel your journey with audacious goals, and step into the arena of life with the swagger of a warrior. The world is waiting for your unique shine, your daring spirit, your unapologetic yes to possibility. So, ditch the what-ifs and embrace the what could be. The only limit is the one you set in your mind. All right, warriors. Who's ready to tackle these 6 toxic habits head-on? I dare you to choose one, just one, and ditch it this week. Share your chosen villain in the comments below, and let's support each other on this journey of transformation. Remember, you're not alone in this. Subscribe to stay tuned for more actionable tips, inspiring stories, and a community of people cheering you on as you rewrite your 2024 story. Let's make this year our masterpiece.